Hey guys, HalfMob here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a super fast and compact up and down elevator. So to use it, all you do is walk in and try to stay in between these two blocks. Now all you do is press this button and you'll go flying up to the top. Then if you want to go down, you press the button again, walk in, and you'll slowly fall down to the ground. This design also works well in servers. You just do the exact same thing, walk in, turn around, press the button, and go straight up to the top. And going down, walk in, and slowly fall to the ground. As you can see, it's pretty compact, especially for an elevator. It can go up and down and at that speed. It's also pretty resource efficient, so you don't need to be really rich to be able to build this, as the most expensive things it needs are the repeaters and the pistons. To begin, dig a 2x2 hole in the ground and fill it with blocks of your choice. Then, 2 blocks away, place a sticky piston facing inwards and a normal piston facing upwards in front of that piston. Then beside that, place 2 more blocks, and above the 2 blocks, place a sticky piston facing inwards and a normal piston facing upwards. Then again, place 2 more blocks next to that. This pattern is just going to be copied up to the top, so I'll be back when I've done this more times. So when you're done, you'll have a 2x2 tower of pistons and blocks, and it'll look like this. So what you do next is place a block diagonal from the tower, but next to the starting platform, and do this on either side, and build this up to the top of the tower. So next what you do is 3 blocks off the ground, build out 2 blocks, and this will be the outside of your elevator. Make this 2 wide, and then build this up to the top of the tower on each of the sides. Now you need to make a barrier so that when you start to go up, the piston won't push you out instead of up. So what you do is you go to the front 2 blocks of this starting platform and dig down 2 blocks on either side, place 2 sticky pistons facing upwards, and place 2 blocks on top of that. Then go to the top of the elevator and cap off the top with blocks of your choice again, and then place 2 sticky pistons facing inwards, and then 2 blocks in front of that. Now it's time to start the redstone. For the upwards mechanism, I'm going to be using blue wool, and then for the downwards, I'm going to be using orange wool. So, next to blocks, not the pistons in the back, you'll place 2 blocks of gap. So, that'll be diagonal from the pistons, and you do this the whole way up. So what you have is something that looks like this, and you do the same on the other side. Now in between these 2 blocks and 1 block out, you'll place another block and do the same all the way up. And then it'll look something like this. Then you do the same on the other side. Just a quick note, on the very top, there'll be 1 block up and not 2 blocks. So it'll be like that instead of that. Now what you need to do, on the inside of all these single blocks, place a torch on the face and it will extend the piston. So you do this the whole way up, and you also do it in the back of the 2 blocks, so it'll be like that. So the torches are all activating and deactivating each other, like that, and you do that on both sides. Now what you need to do is place redstone in front of all the powered torches. So this will activate pistons again, and now every piston will be pushed out and powered upwards. Then you do the same on this side, and it should look like this from the front. What I recommend doing is powering all of these bottom torches, either placing a torch underneath it or a lever and activate it like that. This will just make it easier to build, since you won't have these pistons obstructing the inside of the elevator. So now we're going to work on connecting this to a button. So what you do is you build up 2 blocks diagonal from the starting platform, place a button. You can put the button somewhere else, but this is where I like to place it. Then behind where the button is, place a block of redstone on top of it. Then run this downwards, dig down 2 blocks here, and then forward, and then do that until you see these 2 pistons. Place 1 redstone dust here, with a block blocking it off. So there will be a redstone dust pointing into that piston, and a block covering that piston. Then a repeater facing into that block, then place another block here, and run the redstone down, and what you have is a button that'll push the 2 blocks up. You can then cover that up and work on connecting the redstone back this way. Now what you need to do is, in front of this redstone, dig down 2 blocks, then dig out this block. Place 1 redstone there, dig down 2 blocks there, place a redstone torch against this block, and then on top of that, place another block, then redstone, and that'll activate it all. Well, deactivate it all. Now when you press this button, all of them will push up. Then place a redstone repeater here, and a block in front of that redstone repeater, then a redstone dust on top of that. Now this redstone dust is going to be activating this piston, so what you want to do is place a lever or a button in this block, and that will stop it from activating it, and it will face that way. Then you can destroy that torch, and now when you press this button, all of them will go up. That's you now got a working elevator that only goes up the way. So when you place this button, you'll be shot up and fall back down if you don't move out. So to prevent accidentally forgetting to walk off and falling and dying, what you can do is continue this torch pattern up another 2, and then instead of putting the top one here, put it back here, and then place a block on top of that in there. Oops. And put a block on top of that, and then a block there, so you'll have a triangle, and place the dust there. So now when you go up, you should be pushed off at the top, and you won't like accidentally fall. Now if you are playing in survival, which I assume you will be, you won't want to hurt yourself when you come out, and sometimes if there's a tiny bit of lag, when these blocks push you out, you can hurt yourself, like, because these blocks will glitch into you and cause suffocation damage. So what I recommend doing is getting some glowstone, and then because these are transparent blocks, they'll just push you and you won't be hurt. Now for the downwards mechanism, what you need to do is place a block behind the top piston and a block behind the bottom piston that's not one of these 2. So you ignore the first 2 pistons and then place in the 3rd piston, then fill in every block between that, like that. Then check what one's got the piston behind it, and then diagonally below that, place a block there, and then zigzag this the whole way down, including down to here, so that'll be across from that lever. Then on top of all these blocks you've just placed, place a redstone dust, and that'll go all the way down to bottom. Then in the top one, make sure you block off that so you're not connecting. Now what you do is you place a repeater on top of all the blocks you just placed, except for the very top one, and do this on both sides. Then set the repeater's delay to 2 ticks of delay. So all you need to do is right click on all of the repeaters once, and then behind all of the repeaters that you just placed, you place another block. So you can just place it on the black line like you did with the redstone dust, or you can just do that, and it'll be it'll be easier to do, but it won't be as fast. Then you place redstone dust on top of all these blocks that you just placed, and that's it. Now you need to connect the redstone for the downward mechanism to a button. So what you need to do is build a bit here, and then find a place you want to put your button. So make sure it's not in the way of these glowstone blocks, or they'll push it off. So I'm just going to do it here, so it's about head height. So you just place a button there, then run the redstone all the way back, and just there. So you put redstone on top of all the blocks, and then on top of that block. And that's it. You press a button, stand in the piston, and you'll slowly fall to the ground. And that's it. You've now got a working elevator. So now you can just fill in the holes that you missed. Make the top bit here instead of glass, make it blocks, and then just fill in these bits. to make it look prettier. So now when you walk in, you can push a button and it'll actually work. To go down, push the button, stand and fall. Now when you do walk in, make sure you walk in between these blocks. If you're off to the side, it won't work. And if you're just in the middle, it should work. So yeah, just a quick thing I forgot to mention. If when you go up, you fall a tiny bit when you get to the top, if that annoys you, all you need to do is destroy this redstone for the very top piston, and that'll fix it. So just stand in the middle, and as you can see, you don't fall that extra block anymore. It wouldn't do damage or anything, it's just I understand that it can be quite annoying. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like. It will help support the channel and it will help people find this video. You can also leave a comment, tell me what I did good, what I did bad, or you can just leave suggestions about what I could make. And if you want, you can subscribe, and that'll mean you get notified of every time I upload. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you next time.